If you are setting resolutions, making goals, or you just want to level up in 2021, this video is for you. Hi guys, welcome back to the Jamaican Experience with Yaz, where I bring you a Jamaican experience that transcends sand, sea, and sensimedia. In this video, we're going to be looking at resolutions, goals, and just generally leveling up for 2021. So I'm going to give you 6 tips on how you can level up for 2021, and I'm also going to give you 3 tips for things that you can consider when you're setting goals for this year and beyond. So stay tuned. It's a lot of value packed in the shortest possible time that I can give you this information. And stay tuned, stick around for the end, because there is a bonus pointer for you. If you're new here, welcome. This channel is about all things Jamaican. So if you like the video and you want to see more great content like this, type yes in the comments below. Also, if you like the video, leave us a thumbs up, share, and subscribe for more great content like this. We upload videos every week, so hit that notification bell so that you will never miss a video when we upload. Also, you can give us your suggestions of things that you want to see. This channel is about all things Jamaican, so you can leave your suggestions about things that you'd like to see me cover in future videos to come. Let's get into it. I'm trying to make this video as short as possible, giving you all the tidbits, all the important stuff in as short of possible time. Now, I have 6 tips. We're gonna start off with 6 tips that can help you to level up in 2021. And when we talk about leveling up, we're really just talking about things that can help us to succeed or to improve from last year. Now, one could say that there isn't much that needs to be done to make this year a better year than last year, but for some people, there are positives that we saw in 2020. Yes, you know, a lot of bad things happened, a lot of negative things happened. A lot of us were affected. All of us were affected by in some way. We've had to make tremendous amount of adjustments and sacrifices, you know, and we were forced into it. We never really had a choice in the matter, but it is what it is. 2020 is behind us. COVID is not behind us, so the realities still linger, the realities still exist, but we have to move on and we have to continue life, living with this virus, making our necessary adjustments. Now, it is 2021 and we're making our goals. So how can we achieve, with the realities of COVID-19 still having to deal with that, but we know now that it is a reality for us. We know that this is going to be a thing for us going forward, at least in the near future. And so we have to wrap our minds around that, set our goals accordingly and our resolutions accordingly, and just make it happen. So let's get to those 6 tips to help us to succeed at those goals that we want to achieve. 6 tips that will make us a better person by the end of 2021, more successful, if you will. Number 1, the first thing to level up in 2021 is to get up early or go to bed late. Now, that might sound a little funny, you know, talking about waking up early or going to bed late, because we're talking about 2 different ends of the spectrum here. One is early, one is late. Now, what is early? Early for everybody is different. This is a thing that I see on a lot of motivational speeches. You know, a lot of things they talk about, oh, successful people wake up early and successful people do this and do that. Successful people don't all have the same life. So you have to tailor your schedule for your life. The point is, you get up early, so you get an early start to your day. And so when you get up early, it's quieter, you can focus. I find that I do my best work when I get up early. But I also have children who get up early. So sometimes I get up early and then they get up too, and you know, I can't get to do some of the things that I need to do. So you have to tailor your schedule for your life. The point is to be productive. You can also go to bed late. So if waking up at 4 doesn't work for you, based on your work schedule, based on what's happening in your life, you go to bed late. What does that mean? It means that if you work a 9 to 5, you come home, you do what you need to do, you spend that little time with your children, then you spend that extra hours doing the things that you need to do to make you successful, whatever those things are. And we're going to look further on at some of the other tips as we go along. So you're going to go to bed late spending a little extra hours. That extra hours that you would have gotten in the morning if you got up early, you're gonna spend it in the night. So depending on what your schedule is, what your realities are, what your life is, you're going to set up your extra hours. That's what that getting up early is all about, extra hours, right? And yes, they say you feel better in the morning or whatever, but me personally, I come alive at night. I come alive at nights. And it's interesting because it's just, when I get up in the morning and it's quiet, I can do work, I am productive. But there's something about being up at night. I come alive at night. I want to work, my brain is kicking and all sorts of things. So whatever works for you, you just have to tailor your schedule for that. I have a few friends who have insomnia. They work very well at night. So if you're one of those persons as well, you just do what you have to do. You might need to take a few naps in the day if that's possible, so that you're not exhausted. But whatever you do, do not think that I go to bed at 12, so I have to wake up at 4 in order to be successful. That is absolutely ridiculous. And we're going to get to that other point a little later. Point number 2, read more. Read more. And I can't say this enough. I'm even saying this for myself, because though I read, I don't think I read enough. My 2020 started off fantastic. I was doing almost a book a week. I was on the path. That's where I want to be. But then COVID came, and honestly, I fell into some sort of depression as well. And then I just wasn't reading, and I just wasn't in the mood. I started watching Netflix, and I just completely fell off. I fell off the wagon. And so that's one of the things. If you can have support system, if you can have people who help you to keep your goals, that will also work. But whatever you do, you have to read. If you read 1 book last year, you have to read at least 2 this year. You need to do much more than that. But if you read 1, you need to at least do 2. Some important pointers to read more, because it's easy to say read more, but read more of what? Stream your reading. When I say stream your reading, I mean you need to figure out what do you want to achieve? What field do you want to go in? What area would you like to expand your knowledge in? Right? That is going to be of benefit. We're not talking about reading romance novels and Dr. Seuss and entertainment. That's great. That's good. It's good for your vocabulary. But we're adults here. We're talking about expanding your knowledge. So you want to read things that's going to help you in whatever area you're trying to develop. So stream your reading, right? So for me, whatever area I'm trying to develop, whatever area I'm in, I read a lot of things about business and finance, and I'm in service. I'm always looking to improve myself as a service provider. I'm always looking to enhance, to improve my skills, and because of that, I'm always reading things that centers around those goals, those areas, right? You want to go out of the box sometimes, but the majority of your reading needs to center around what you're trying to improve, and that also will ensure that you do the reading because you're interested in what you are reading. You're interested in the content, right? You don't feel like you're forcing yourself to read something that you don't want to read. We're not in school here, we're adults. What's important to note from reading is that ideas come from reading. Ideas come from reading. And so this is something I need to remind myself, because you heard me talk about streaming your reading. I stream my reading so much that sometimes I'm not even interested in things that are not related to what I'm trying to learn at the moment. But that's not always good, because when you're reading, your brain is running, you're thinking, your ideas flow, right? New ideas come from reading. So you want to stream your reading as much. You want to stream your reading, but you also want to read other things, like you read the paper, you read the business segments, you read, you read other things that's going to expand your knowledge in other areas, but also give you ideas. So you read something about a business that's going on in South Africa, and you're like, I wonder if that could work in Jamaica or the United States or this or that or wherever, right? Wherever you are. Or I wonder, or you may come up with a new concept just from reading that. So it's important to also read wide as well. One other tip for reading more, getting more done, because sometimes one of the common things is, I want to read, but I have no time. I say that too. But last year I saw myself do a thing where I wanted to gain knowledge in a particular area, in a particular thing, and fast. I read so many books in the shortest possible time, and I couldn't believe how I was like, wow, and I retained it because I was in it. Trade your social media time. Trade some of your social media time. Even if you work in social media, trade some of your social time for reading, right? Because it's so easy to get caught up in the social media platforms. I'm guilty. I am 100% so guilty of that too. So somebody sends you a message, you read the message, and then you go on to click something else and something else and something else, and then 30 minutes, 1 hour is gone. You could have been reading, you could have been expanding your knowledge doing that. Also, make it a priority. Reading has to be a part of your schedule, even if it's 15 minutes a day. Even if it's 10 minutes an hour, even if it's 5 minutes an hour. If what you're reading is interesting and you're learning, you're gonna find that if you set 5 minutes an hour or 10 minutes an hour, you're gonna end up reading more and more and more. Maybe not an hour or 15 minutes a day. You might end up doing 30. The next day you do 45. You can't wait to come home to read some more. Just pick up the book. Even when you don't want to do it, just pick up the book. Just pick up the book. Or another thing that is fantastic for getting that knowledge in, getting more books in, is, what's it called again? Audible. I use Audible. I use Audible quite a bit. If you can't get the physical book, don't wait on it, buy it on Kindle. I actually prefer physical copies, but I also find Kindle easier because I have a tendency to want something now. So if I want to read this book, I want it now. I don't want to wait until it gets here. Utilize the resources, utilize modern technology. So we have Kindle, we have Audible, and there are so many others out there. So whatever you do, you have to read more. Guys, if you hear my children in the background, I am filming from home, and so I do my best to get them to keep it down, but if they're too loud, I'm sorry, I apologize, but it's part of having children and they're quite young. Point number 3, you have to write down those goals, whatever those goals are. If you want to level up, you have to write down those goals that you're setting for yourself. You're not going to get them if you don't write them down, promise you. Right? You can say, oh, I want to open a clothing store. How are you gonna get that clothing store? You're not just gonna miraculously get it. You have to write down the strategies, right? You may need to get a budget. That's another point altogether. You need a budget for whatever it is that you have to do. There's no such thing as doing anything without money. So you're going to need a budget. So you need to have that. Then you need to figure out, all right, what are those goals that I want? How am I going to achieve those goals? All of that needs to be written down, you know. You can't have any goal. If you want to go on vacation and you don't have any money to go on vacation, you need to write that down as well. And then you're going to write down a strategy as to how you are going to get that money. Where are you going to get the money from to go on vacation? When are you going to go on vacation? You may need to put in that application for the vacation at work from now. Whatever you want to achieve, whatever that goal is, you have to write it down. There is no such thing as having a goal that's not written down. A goal that's not written down is wishing, hoping. Sometimes the wish comes true, sometimes the dream comes true, but it is better to plan. That's more of a guarantee that is going to happen. Point number 4, take care of yourself. There is no leveling up anything without taking care of yourself. What do I mean by that? You need to take care of your physical health, and you also need to take care of your mental health. Very, very, very important. Speaking from a person living in Jamaica who grew up here in Jamaica, mental health, there's not enough attention paid to mental health. There's more priority and attention that's being placed on the importance of maintaining good mental health now than many years ago, but it's still not at a point where it should be. Take care of your mental health. And also take care of your physical health. So whatever you need to do that. You might need to get rid of some people out of your life. You might need to change your circle. Whatever it is, find out whatever it is that affects your mental health and dash it away. Get rid of it, okay? Because that's not going to be good for your productivity. Listen, being in a space that affects your mental health will kill any aspirations you have of being productive, of achieving goals, or anything like that. right? So just get rid of it. If it's not serving you, if it's affecting your state of mind, if it's affecting your mental health, develop a strategy to get rid of it. Sometimes you can't get rid of it right away. Develop a strategy to get rid of it, right? And if you need help, get a counselor, get a friend. Friend thing kind of tricky, but get a counselor, get somebody you can trust. See a therapist. You can even listen, if you don't trust therapists in your area or close to where you live, go far. Go online. Find somebody who doesn't know you, who is anonymous, whatever it is. Do what you need to do to protect this. Protect your mental health. Everything that you do or achieve depends on that. So that's very, very important. You can't level up nothing without that. Then there's the physical health. You need to take care of yourself physically as well. The food you eat, the things you take, the things you allow, you put in your body, how much movement you make. And that doesn't mean that you need to start a fitness channel. That doesn't mean that you need to become a, what do you call those people on Instagram? Fitness models, fitness. That's not what I mean when I say take care of your physical health. Stay active in whatever way. It helps, believe me. And your physical health helps with your mental health. So whether it's 5 minutes a day, 10 minutes a day, 20 minutes, 30 minutes a day, get some movement in your day because it will help you a ton. Take care of yourself because without you, none of this can happen. None of this. And remember as well, if you are a parent, you have people depending on you like nobody's business. You have someone. You either have a child or children. You have other human beings who have no choice. They depend on you. So whatever you need to do to protect you, to take care of you, you have to take care of you before you can take care of anybody else. So prioritize that. You can't level up without taking care of you. Number 5. Surround yourself with like-minded people and supportive people. Surround yourself, have people in your life that support your goals, that are like-minded. You cannot get anything without that. You have to have people who are supportive and who are like-minded in your life, because it kind of goes back to protecting your mental health and having people around that is going to push you forward. Have 1 or 2 friends that are going to push you forward, people that are not going to hate on you. Don't share your ideas with everybody because not everybody wants to see you succeed. Not everybody wants to see you achieve those goals that you're setting. Not everybody wants to see you level up, right? People don't necessarily want to see you. Some people don't have the discipline and the strength to move on, right? The strength to advance in whatever way. Some people see you and wish they could do what you're doing. So you don't want to surround yourself with people that are going to tear you down, pull you back, tell you that this can't work. Listen, let me tell you something. My friends will come to me about something, and though I think it's risky, I don't tell them that. Make somebody else tell them that. I'm going to tell them logically what I think about it. And then I'm going to say, go ahead, do it. Right? Because most ideas that turn out to be great, fantastic, amazing things, most billionaires tell you that when they first pitch their ideas to somebody, they say, that's ridiculous. That's never going to work. So I would never be that person who tells somebody that their dreams and their ideas can't work. They're not going to achieve that. So whatever you do, surround yourself with people like-minded, people who want to goals, who want to hustle, who want to grind, who want to achieve. Right? Surround yourself with those people and you guys support each other, because all of us sometimes get in our heads where we say, oh man, maybe this is not realistic, maybe this can't happen, maybe this can't this, maybe this can't that. So surround yourself with people who can say, of course you can, who can prop you up when you're feeling a little low. You know, surround yourself with those kinds of people first thing, and then have support, whatever that support, whether it's your parents or your friends or wherever you can get that support. Try to have supportive people around you, because you can't do it alone. That's a fact. No matter what you think, you cannot do it alone. And the final point number 6 for leveling up in 2021, schedule. You need a schedule. You can't, listen, everything that you want, whether it's to wake up early to read, to set those goals, surrounding yourself with supportive people, maintaining your physical and mental health, whatever it is that you want, you have to schedule. You have to schedule, you have to write it down. You cannot have any of that without scheduling it, right? What do I mean by scheduling it? The schedule don't have to be fixed. The schedule can change, but you have to schedule it. So you have to say, I'm going to wake up at 3 o'clock tomorrow, and this is how many hours I need in this day, and this is what I'm going to do. Right? I mean, you need to go easy on yourself. That's an important point. Don't feel that if that doesn't happen one day, so I need to wake up at 3, but I end up waking up at 5. Oh my God, my day is ruined. I'm just going to sit and watch Netflix all day. No, go easy on yourself too. You know, we're human beings. We're not perfect. We're not machines. But nonetheless, you need to schedule what you want to achieve. Whatever that thing is, whatever those things are that you want, write it down. Pen it out in as much detail as you possibly can. You need to schedule. And those are my 6 quick tips. There's so much more that can be said about each one of these points, but just to be quick, these are the 6 things that you can use right now, no money needed, to level up in 2021. And one thing I should say before I even get on to the 3 pointers for setting goals, in order to do this, you need to have discipline. And that's where the schedule comes in. The schedule helps you to create discipline. You can't do none of this without discipline. You're not going to be motivated. You might be motivated today. Today I'm filming the 2nd of January. 2nd of January, you might be hella motivated today. So motivated, you want to do so many things. If you are not disciplined, by next week, maybe the end of the month at most, you are going to say, you're going to go back to your old habits or whatever you normally do, watching Netflix, doing this, doing that. And I don't have anything against watching Netflix. I'm just saying that schedule it too. Schedule it too. Schedule the fun things too. Everything needs to be scheduled, because in life you need to have balance. You need to schedule some time for fun, for entertainment, for social activity. Schedule some time for your spirituality, your center. Schedule some time to be centered. Right? So whatever keeps you centered, right? Whether it's meditation, whether it's prayer, whatever that is for you that keeps you centered, schedule time for that as well. Schedule time for your physical and mental health. Those things are important. Schedule time with your family too, right? Because even that sometimes suffers because you're so busy doing so much. So schedule it all and get it all in, because all of it is important for you and for you to be your best self and for you to level up, or to put it another way, to improve on what you were last year or the times before going forward. And those are my 6 tips. Now let's move on quick to the 3 tips that can help you when you are setting those goals. Those are just 3 things that you need to consider when you're setting those goals. Number 1, consider the what and the why. What and the why, and how you want to feel once you have achieved those goals. What do I want to achieve? I want to lose weight. I want to lose 20 pounds, for example. Why do I want to achieve it, right? Is it to make somebody else feel better? Is it because that's what society dictates, that I need to be a certain way or a certain this or a certain that? Or is it because I want it for me? Common example, oh, I want a big booty. Why do you want a big booty? Is it because all the girls pretty much look like that? The same way now? So if you don't see their face, they all look the same. Is that why you want a big booty? Or is it because you just feel like it's nicer and it makes you look better? Is it something you want for you? When you ask yourself, is something you want for you? Or is it something that you want because somebody else say you should have it, or because society dictates? Another example, for example, is probably you want more money. Why do you want more money? You want more money just to say, oh, I have money, just to show off. Is that why you want more money? Or do you want more money because you want freedom? Because you want to go shopping without thinking about it, because you want to go on vacation without thinking about it, because you want to provide a good education for your children, because you want to be able to read more or to spend more time with your family. Is that why you want the money? Or you just want the money to say, oh, I have money? See what I mean? In Jamaica, or you want to go out with your friend and floss. That's what they call it in Jamaica. I just learned that term the other day. Apparently it's spending money just to show off, pretty much. usually on drinks or whatever when you go out, just because you have an audience. So figure out your why you need to do this, what you want, why you need to do this, and how do you want to feel once you're there. If it's worth it for you, by all means, pursue it. If it's beneficial for you, by all means, pursue it. So that's my first tip for setting goals. So ask yourself, what do I want? Why do I want it? And how do I want to feel once I get it? That's the first thing when you're setting those goals. And write it down in detail as much as you can. Even if it seems silly, write it down in as much detail as you can. Next tip is to be as detailed as possible about those goals. How are you gonna get it? What you're gonna do to get it? Who you're gonna talk to? What's the extreme you're willing to go to get those goals? Write it all down. Even if it seems ridiculous, it's not ridiculous. Write it all down. Like I said, I'm gonna sell 2 bread. I'm gonna invent a new product. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do whatever those things are. Be as detailed as possible. Then you're gonna say, all right, these are the things that I'm going to do. This is how much money I'm going to get from these things that I'm going to do. This is what I need to do with this money and that money and that money. And then this is what's going to be left for this goal and that goal. And just detail it. Just be as detailed as possible when you're setting those goals, because that's the only way. Cover all your bases as you can possibly cover when you're setting those goals. And the final point or tip I have for you when you're setting your goals is to be realistic as well. Go easy on yourself. I've said that already. You have to be realistic. So you have to know that all these things that you're setting, you're a human being, your foresight is only to a point. So you don't know what's going to happen next year, next month, next week. We didn't know that COVID was going to happen in 2020. We were just going about our lives. We were so excited. All of those resolutions, all of those goals were ready to smash. 2020 was our year. And for some people, it really was. Like some businesses, lots of new business started in 2020. Lots of people learned a lot about themselves in 2020. So there were positives as well for a lot of people in 2020. But for the majority of people, people have lost their jobs, people have lost their loved ones. There were so many other things, negatives, but there were so many things to also be grateful for. So when you're setting your goals, my tip number 3 is to be realistic about the goals that you're setting. Let me clarify what I mean by being realistic. When I say be realistic, I mean not that something that you want to achieve is necessarily absurd, but realistic with your timeline. So if it doesn't happen in 3 months, it could happen in 6. If it doesn't happen, the goal is what is important, not the time. So if you say, boys, 3 years I'm trying to do this and it's not working, it's still a goal. The goal, as long as you're making progress, even if it's this much, as long as you're making progress, that's what's important. As long as you're not going around in a circle and you're making progress, just keep doing what you do. Just keep improving, keep doing more. So be realistic about those goals. If you don't achieve them, just keep doing more as long as you're making progress. So also be realistic. And write it down, write it down, write it down. That's it. Those are my 3 tips for setting your goals. And those are my 6 pointers for leveling up. And it is time for the bonus point. Bonus question, bonus point to level up in 2021, to be a better you in 2021. Ask yourself now, later, maybe you need to think about it thoroughly. What is that one thing, that you want the most right now, next year, whenever, that one thing that you feel is going to change your life? Whatever that one thing is, write it down. Be as detailed as possible. Plan it out how you are going to get it. Even if you can't get it this year, next year, the other year, because some goals take longer than others. Write it down and start working on it now. What's your word for 2021? What's your motto? What's your phrase? What's your mantra? Yesterday I was on Instagram and I saw Terry Carell Reed ask a question about what's your word for 2021. This is something that I do every year as well, whether it's a word or a phrase or a mantra. My word for 2021 is peace. peace. That is all I want in 2021. When I talk about peace, I'm talking about peace in the decisions you make, or peace with the decisions you make, peace in your life, peace, comfort with the people around you, surrounding yourself with people that support your peace and your mental health, right? Believe me, it's such a simple word, it's such a simple thing, but having peace in your life, peace in your decisions, comfort around you, it helps with your contentment, right? Believe me, you can do wonders of things just by having that. So that's my word for 2021. That's my mantra for 2021. That's what I seek by any means necessary. What's yours? What's that one thing that you absolutely need and you are willing to do whatever it takes to achieve it? Ask yourself no and write it down, detail it, and start working on it today. Ooh, I forgot to say this. One other quick pointer. All you need to do this is perhaps your computer, your tablet, pieces of paper that you can keep together, or a book. I like physical writing down of things because I don't know, there's something about physically writing something down that just keeps it in your mind. It's almost like you're committing to yourself, right? You're holding yourself accountable. I love that about writing something down physically, but you can also use your device, use your tablet, use your computer, whatever it is that you have, that you use to keep track of things. You need to have that. And then of course there is vision boarding, but that's a whole nother video, so we're not going to get into that. But that's all you need to do all of this. Just one little notebook to keep track and have your ideas and have your plans in one place. Preferably, it's better to have your goals somewhere where you can see them every day. So whatever it is, even if it's in a book, put it on your desk, put it beside your bed, somewhere that you have to see it and look at it every day. Look at it in the morning, look at it at night, look at it as often as you possibly can. Remind yourself of what it is that you're going to smash for 2021. All right, guys, that's all I have for you today. I hope you liked this video. I hope you learned a ton. These are things that I already know, but I also learned a lot even writing this down to deliver this information for you, because sometimes we know it but we don't apply it and we don't remember it. So even just having to write this down so that I can give you this information, I refresh myself. I've learned a lot even with that. So everyone can benefit from this video, even if they already know a lot of these things that were mentioned. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I hope I've given you some actionable things that you can take with you and you can implement right away. That's it. This is Jamaican Experience with Yazit. If you like the video and you want to see more great content like this, type yes in the comments below. Also, if you like the video, leave us a thumbs up, share, and subscribe for more great content like this. We upload videos every week, so hit that notification bell and you'll never miss a video when we upload. Thank you for watching, and remember, Jamaica is not just a place, it's an experience.